Well, we delivered on the president's promises that he made on the campaign trail. The president was adamant about creating the SBR. We wanted to make sure that we did it right in a way that respected Bitcoin for being so unique, and also gave credence to innovation in other spaces of the digital asset world. So for us here, we look at Bitcoin, it's not a security, it's a commodity. It has intrinsic stored value that's traditionally accepted. It has, as David likes to describe, the immaculate conception. There's no issuer. And that's why, as you saw in the executive order, we compared this to digital gold. It's something that's imperative for the United States to have, retain, continue to build on. And I think that's worth pointing out that the way that this is constructed, we talked about ways of acquiring more Bitcoin in budget neutral ways that won't cost the taxpayer a dime. And what I like to say about this president, I think it's high time that our president started accumulating assets for the American people, which is what President Trump is doing, rather than taking it away. And I think that's one thing that we really wanted to make clear in this executive order. And we're looking forward to working with our partners at Treasury and the Secretary of Commerce in order to find those budget neutral ways in which we can acquire more. I've been asked all the time, it's like, how much do you want? I say, well, that's like asking a country, how much gold do you want, right? I mean, as much as we can get.
Set the boltards loose, because the U.S. government wants as much Bitcoin as possible.
We have to keep winning.
Honestly, this government right here seems like the biggest hope, the biggest opportunity that my great-great-grandchildren are going to have to be a part of a sovereign nation. If the U.S. government knows what's good for them, they will print as much money as humanly possible and drive it directly into Bitcoin at whatever cost. I'm not quite sure I understand this budget neutral nonsense. I'm not sure I trust the government either. But one thing I know is that if my great-great-granddaughter is going to have a chance at living in a sovereign nation, they're going to have Bitcoin.